Asking. What kind of thing that is? Two more missions on solo to complete. Yeah, it should. That's what was on the promotional trailer, that it would have crossplay. Um, in a way, it's similar. In a way, it's similar. The only difference is, unlike with how it was in Legacy of the Duelist, like when you earn points and you got that card, like once you got 3 of every card in that pack, it would stop allowing you to buy cards out of that pack. With this, they just keep on giving you the same card multiple times because it has a I think it's called a scrapping system or something like that, where you could dismantle cards and then use them to generate cards that you actually do want. So it's gonna be kind of costly in the playtime when you earn your points and you don't get the cards you want, and then scrapping cards, and the cards that you scrap, they need to be of the same rarity to use those points to generate the card that you do want, because if the card you want is ultra rare, then you would have to scrap ultra rares, and ultra rares don't come by that often. So yeah, you could imagine. And they have some of the strangest cards as ultra rares: Dark Magician, Red Eyes, Elemental Hero, Neos. Like, I can't see them being ultra rares. I mean, I could understand if you want to quote unquote put Dark Magician and Blue Eyes as ultra rare. So if you looking to make a Blue Eyes deck or a Dark Magician deck right off the bat, and you don't have those cards, trying to scrap other ultra rares is going to be hard, because the game doesn't even allow you to scrap every single card that you do have. Certain cards you cannot dismantle to use to generate other cards, which you can have multiple ultra rares, but the game doesn't allow you to scrap them all, so that's another issue. So yeah, it's going to be really time consuming earning points trying to get the cards you want, and when you don't get them, then, you know, kind of a big disappointment. Just as much as you enjoy watching them, I enjoy making them, Cyrus. Morning, Shimmy. What's going on? How was it? Yeah, whatever deck you feel comfortable playing, you play. To get through the solo, trust me, this is mental torture for me. The game wants to teach me how to pendulum summon and do a bunch of ridiculous things that I already know how to do. Like I say, my preferred deck, if I'm gonna start, I would have to go with a synchro based deck. Like I told you, the synchro monsters, they have decent negates and disruptions, versus trying to do something exceed wise or link wise. Link monsters have it bad. They have very few link monsters that can actually disrupt or negate anything. Like the synchro pool to me has majority of the really good negates, and their attack points are really decent. Let's go 4, 2, and 1. Oh boy. Well, if they teach him the hard way, keep beating them until it makes sense. Wow, that's a really big interval, because I think the interval timer in Link Evolution is 3 minutes, which is approximately 180 seconds. So 500, wow. That just gives them more room to play some ridiculously long combos. A question, Shimi, when they executing players, like when it does the animation, does the timer still be ticking? Not a bad idea, Nico. That's actually a really good way to go, you know, because, like, I kid you not, like, I do actually check out other people's decks to see exactly how they play, because when it comes down to generic combo base wise, I try to make sure that my combos are as generic as humanly possible, so that they can't be like, oh, Dabna net deck my deck. Like, I try to make sure what I'm doing is unique to how I play, my play style, like exactly what suits me. So there have been people who've said that certain cards, certain archetypes are just unplayable, and hey, if you put it in my hand and I can't make it work, then boy, I don't know who else on the face of God's green earth can. Because usually I can play almost anything. Literally, I can play almost anything and make it work. Let's see how we're gonna go about this. We have Monster Reborn. I should utilize that now. We need a really decent target. And we only have level 2s in the grave. He has a level 5, level 7. Oh wow, that means the turn base when they are actually comboing off would be even longer due to the animation. See what I mean? Like how you talking about your Colossal Fighter loop? Like, I noticed, at least I was doing the AI, and I noticed like you could surrender during your opponent's turn while they're creating an action. Is that the same thing that you can do inside a rank match, like surrender mid-game while your opponent's actually executing the combo? Because that would be actually kind of cool not to be able to waste your opponent's time. 7. What am I looking to bring back? I could just bring him back and go 6, you know. Alright, let's do that. Cyrus, everybody ain't me. Like, you would expect, and I've had people come to me and said that other deck builders have told them that the card is not playable. Certain, I guess, ideas that they had for creating a deck, that it would be stupid, it can't work, it's not viable. And like I told them, like, either the creator may have just been lazy, or their mental capacity to process the synergy between cards just isn't what people believe it is, because you do have a lot of people who net deck, so they can only go as far as the combinations that they can perceive in their head that they've seen. Whereas where I'm more of a generic deck builder, when I build all of my cards, I choose based off of how much synergy that they would have with each other for when I combo off, being able to extend. I'm not sure if you were in the party earlier this morning when I was building the Raid Raptor deck, where you could actually see as I was putting in cards, formulating different scenarios, I even run my own test hands in my head to give me an excellent idea of, alright, should I cut this? If I pick up these random 5 cards, how effective would I be able to combo off? What would be the least minimum board I can build? What would be the maximum board that I can potentially build in a single turn? Those things I can do inside my head. A lot of players can't do that, so they would have to use other applications to help them in that area when I can do all those things from a mental perspective. And like I said, when I build decks, I build it based off of me actually seeing what kind of synergy the cards have with their effects, so I could be able to continue to extend. Whereas, like I said, with other players who net deck or who only know specific combos, they can only execute those combos based off of the route that they've learned, and they can't actually alternate that route to do something else or create a different combo or a different route unless they've seen it or someone taught it to them. And like I said, where I'm the more generic player, I just go off of my card-based knowledge of what an effect does and all cards that are listed under that criteria, and see how best I can use them to get the end result that I'm looking for. So that would be the big difference between me and a decent amount of other duelists. You do have other duelists who are capable of doing that, but they that's a rare bunch. Now this is my thing. I just activated tuning. It didn't even allow me to change my hand destruction to tuning, so I could have chain summoning. I don't understand why. Let me put that to off and see something, because that didn't make no sense. I should have been able to chain. Alright. Let me go Crystal Wing and draw again. So when his effect goes off, I should be able to play my hand destruction. Okay, and his effect as well. I see something. I would actually need that hand destruction. I can send Maxi and Gravity Collapse. No. Wow, it see what I'm saying? Some of the monk effect went off in